important public service announcement. So Darrell, if you're anywhere near here, come on over. We would like to start with you. And yeah, he's coming over. Please pay attention to that. That's very important, and it concerns all of us. So Darrell.
Oh, so this Wednesday coming up on the 28th at the Orangeville Courthouse, I'll be fighting some parking tickets for that truck over there that we got here last year. You know, we have the right to protest. We have the right to freedom of assembly, freedom of expression. How can it be free if we're going to get charged $110 each time? So I'm not just fighting for parking tickets, I'm fighting for our right to be here. There's no deal. They offered me a deal. I didn't take the deal. I said I want to go to trial. I filed 3 applications. The first one was a charter application stating that our rights have been violated. The second application is for costs. You know, we have actually several cases of harassment we're going to bring up during the charter application from different people who attend here at the rally, and we're going to be suing the town for. We're asking for $10,000, and that's to be distributed between the harassment victims. Now, the third application that I have put forward to the court is that criminal charges be put on the bylaw officers who have issued tickets or harassed anyone here at the Shelburne rally.
Well done.
And we are going to be starting, I think it's probably going to be the first, because we're using small claims court, because small claims court is for the people. It's easy to use, quick service. So we are going to file anyone. We have about 10 right now, but if you have ever got a ticket or have been harassed by bylaw here at the Shelburne rally, join us, and each claim, we're going to claim a $30,000 claim against the town or the bylaw officer who issued your ticket for harassment. Thank you.
Thanks, Darrell. So I hope you guys can make it. I'll be there. It's about all of us, right? So Darrell is standing alone, but he's standing for all of us. So please, if you can take time off, please be there on Wednesday. And the next speaker is Derek. Derek is back in Shelburne. Derek, the floor is yours.
I'm under the gun. It's been a while since I spoke in Shelburne, but I guess I'll start off with the same thing I was talking about when I last spoke in Shelburne, and that is the movement in itself. I say this all the time, brothers and sisters, we have to come together, right? We need, especially now, we need as many boots available. Now, what have we done for the last 2 years? I said this in my life, you know, we followed this con man, we followed this con woman, we went here, we went there, and where are we now, right? We've awakened a little bit, but now it's time to start thinking tactical. And anyone in this movement cannot pick up that first stone and throw it. Okay, so now it's time we start acting like brothers and sisters, and we start reaching out. We start reaching out to those people. Now, over the last 3 weeks, this has never happened. I've been reached out to by 3 other groups. A group in Toronto that's really upset and hurt with this drug culture the government wants to put in. And I've had 2 organizations that are talking food banks, talking homeless, talking tent cities. And they say, we want to work with you. So that means they're hearing the message. And that starts as early as next week with one of these groups. So it's coming. But we have a freight train headed right towards us. And that freight train in front of it has Bill C-63 on it. Now, if you're watching Europe or you're watching England, you know a kid that calls a horse gay is going into prison, and then a rapist is getting released. You put a like, you put a tweet, or you resend something, repost something, that's a hate crime. And that's what Bill C-63 is. That's what they're using in England. So when does Bill C-63 come into place? Well, it's coming in first. September the 16th, Parliament opens up, and they have two big bills. Bill C-63 and Bill C-53. Bill C-53 affects our Indigenous brothers, but Bill C-63 is what you're seeing in England. So what do we have to do? We have to let all of these people know that it's really going to become tyranny. He won't need the Emergency Act because he can pick us up with Bill C-63. So, you know, he weaponized the police against us in Ottawa, and I know, I see police officers, I talk to them. A lot of them didn't like being weaponized, and a lot of them recognize what they're doing is a two-tiered justice system. This is what we're fighting. We're also fighting the Chinese Communist Party. They have infiltrated this government at every level. And they are spreading Marxism. They're encouraging it. The consulates in Toronto and Calgary regularly have Zoom meetings with local politicians, professors, teachers, all encouraging Marxism. That is what we're battling. So that brings us to September 16th. We need to be en masse, peacefully assembling, practicing our rights. But those politicians are going to have to go through a sea of people. I'm hoping a sea of people at all those entrances with questions. Who are the traitors? We want our money back, and we want you off. Unelected world bodies dictating to us. And we want the corruption to end. That's what we have to say peacefully. And hopefully all these people see it and they come. So there's going to be a lead of events coming up. It's remember very important to be peaceful, let everyone know why we're here, but we have to make sure everyone knows this is really our last stand. Bill C-63 gets in, it's a game changer. So we got to come together, love ourselves as brothers and sisters, keep reaching out, keep bringing the people on board, and remember freedom. But before I close, remember that gentleman right there, he sacrificed a lot, Clayton. He's having an event come up in September. Let's make sure we're there to support him. Look, do you mind if I say what they're looking for a sentence? So they're looking for 6 months for what he did. 6 months. We have rapists, bank robbers, violent acts on the street, in and out. And a peaceful form, practicing his rights, is worth 6 months. That's what they're after. That's the criminals that we're after, that are here. Criminals killing people on the streets with drugs, impoverishing everyone. This is the evil that we're against. And it only is defeated when we all come together. Remember, evil is just deception. It uses deception to divide. That's how you defeat evil. You come together. Evil is nothing more than deception. So let's come together as brothers and sisters. Let's win this freedom.
Awesome. Thank you, Derek. We have another speaker right after. That is George from. George, we are honored to have you here. You've been here a few times before, and looks like you're becoming a regular in Shelburne, which we really appreciate. George is the publisher and editor of 2 bulletins, Free Speech Monitor and Canadian Immigration Hotline, and he's been publishing these since 1991. So it is worthwhile listening to people who are aware of the issues that we're facing today, 35 years ago or so. So George, the floor is yours.
Paul. Well, actually, just a slight correction. Hey, Paul. What did I say? Paul. Yeah. What did you call it, George? I could have sworn he was Paul. Oh well, I couldn't
And picking up from what the last speaker was saying, in the very corrupt state of Canada and the very corrupt state of England, it is far worse to say bad things or think bad thoughts than to do bad things. Go and rape somebody, abuse somebody, yeah, you're back on the street quickly. Put out some hard-hitting opinions on your little TV show on the internet, and you can't get bail. My friend Leslie Borey has been in jail, unable to get bail since Valentine's Day last year. He's awaiting trial. Rape somebody, even kill somebody, and you very likely can get bail. Anyway, that's not really my topic. What I'd like to talk about, though, very briefly, is debanking. Has anybody here gotten a letter from their bank telling them that the bank doesn't want to deal with them anymore? You're lucky. Because a number of people across the country have. And I'll give you just a couple of quick examples. A friend of mine in Toronto has a number of accounts with a certain bank, and he received a letter recently that because of his behavior in the bank's branch, he was being asked to close all his accounts and investments by the end of the month. Well, what had he done in the bank, in the branch bank? Well, he had complained about that propaganda most banks put out about the LGBTQ. You know, there's a TV screen over the counter or at your ATM. There's propaganda about LGBTQ. And what he said was, listen, I come here to do financial things, maybe to get financial advice. I don't want to lecture about LGBTQ.
What's your money?
And how people perform sex or what hole they put it in is irrelevant to me. I really just want to do my financial stuff.
Where's Mike?
Anyway,
Because Teddy belongs to Mike.
He's appealing, but the appeal won't do any good. I got a similar letter early this year from the Bank of Montreal. And I was, at first I thought it must be a hoax because it wasn't signed. But you know, businesses do that these days. It says at the bottom some sort of risk management committee, but there's no human signature. So at first I thought, oh well, this is a hoax. So I called the bank, but it was no hoax. So I was being ordered to close my accounts, close my investment account, and they would not renew my mortgage. Well, what reason did they give? Well, they said we're concerned about the risks. I thought that was all risks. You don't know risks will be. I made all the payments. I've got the investments with you. I don't see what the risks are, but you can't get a straight answer. There's a lot more to the story. I won't bore you with it, but I learned from one bank manager who was brown, but almost turned white with fear when I said, well, look, now that we cleared those things up, do you think you can renew my mortgage? Oh, no, that's not going to happen. I've been to banks.
We're in Shelburne.
Somebody I know in Nanaimo, British Columbia, a couple of years ago was in a bank branch, and he too made some comments about the bank promoting LGBTQ, and he made comments similar to my to the other fellow I know. He said, well, you know, I don't agree with that. I'm a Christian, and I don't want you shoving this in my face. I come here to bank. The next day, they called him up and told him to close his accounts. And a couple of days later, and I don't know how this could be done legally, they pulled his mortgage. He ended up losing his house. Now, all of that is because of the political opinion.
How do you say that? Turtle, we must go, or turtle must go. We, the people, willow.com.
Here a couple of months ago with Michael Turner. But the banks are the fists for the federal government. Those of you in the truckers' protest probably remember that there was a prominent Canadian banker who urged Trudeau to declare the truckers terrorists. These are ordinary citizens going up for a protest. The banker wanted them declared terrorists because if they were declared terrorists, they could seize their bank accounts. Well, they're not on our side. That's what the banker did.
Something like that. So after Lynn
stolen. If your bank account is frozen, you can't use it.
Oh, hey, Frank.
Pay your mortgage, pay your
I think Melissa
grocery
went.
bills, or whatever your other obligations might be. And the Canadian banks that are supposedly looking after your interests, you know, defending you as a client, did nothing. They had the big bucks. They could have taken the government to court and said, we can't comply with this. It violates our obligation to our
Frank, this is for you.
They didn't.
Frank's on
They were
the line.
only happy to comply, even to the point of freezing the bank account of a single mother in Chilliwack, British Columbia, who had given from her very limited resources $50 to the Truckers Freedom Convoy. Well, she was a dangerous person. They froze her bank account. So I'm not sure what advice I can give people, because the banks are so arbitrary, but at least be aware. One thing you might do is make sure you have accounts with several banks. So, and you know, the weird thing about the Bank of Montreal is I always got on really well with the people
like
at
a
the
nice
local
day,
branch.
nice hat.
I never had any dispute.
Frank.
I never had any dispute with anybody there. I got on swimmingly. But I guess somebody farther up the food chain, I don't Google my name and
Trouble number one.
had a hissy fit. Anyway, I can only second what the previous speaker said. Leave this, and it's all about freedom. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Paul. And then we're going to have Lynn, and after Lynn, we're going to have the anthem, and then we have a couple more speakers after.
Thanks, Taylor. I'm going to make this very, very quick. I just want to remind you, Derek mentioned it earlier, about going to Ottawa on September 16th. All right, so that's the day that the House of Commons is back in session. And I will be there. I know a few of you will be there. I will be there all week long. And we cannot let these politicians go in and out of that House of Commons without we, the people, standing up and saying no to traitors, no to scandals, no to corruption, but mostly no to traitors. All right, so I hope I see a lot of you there. All of you that are listening, thank you. I do want to also say that to please, if you have not signed petition E5024, please do so. It's important that your name gets on there. We need the numbers, all right? E-petition 5024. Just Google it up. It's not hard to find. And the other thing I want to mention, Clayton. Come on. Yeah, we've got Clayton here. Clayton, we love him. He's one of us, as all of those that stand against tyranny. I was at a fundraiser week or so ago for Pat King, and Tamara was there, and what she said was no man is left behind. No man is left behind. Okay? So Clayton withstood for his rights in Ottawa during the drug convoy, and he was arrested. And I don't know what you're charged.
2 counts of mischief, disturbing peace, resisting arrest, and failure to comply with court order.
Wow. All of that because, from what I could see, he just laid down on the ground. So he has a court date sometime October, but he also has a fundraiser being organized on his behalf, September 21st. It sounds like it's going to be fun.
It's going to be pretty good. We got a band coming out today. We got some line dance coming out. It's going to be an all-you-can-eat pickle buffet. It's going to be a good time. We have a light show, everything works. Overnight camping if you need to, and there's also a trash club. Dorchester. It's just outside of London.
Just outside of London, Dorchester. The tickets, there's posters around, but go watch for them, look for them, get in touch with me, Clayton, or anybody who can get that posters for the website there. Alright, so that poster, we'll get that up and going again, okay? Get that moving out, and I'm sure there's going to be some online ability to help with these funds. These court things cost a lot of money, and we cannot leave our people behind. So I know money, but we gotta help these guys out. And Clayton, as we all know, has the greatest flag in Canada. Woo! Love this flag. And if you haven't seen it, when you do, you'll know what I'm talking about. All right, everybody, I think that's it. September 16th, please be in Ottawa. It's really, really important. And if you can't make it, at least share people's lives out, put likes on them, do it all, so that they can see that there's support for those that are there. Okay? That's it. What do you think, Clayton? We're going to do some line dancing. So these girls are. Oh, Canada.
Okay, so we're gonna do the anthem right now. Please come on over. Just quickly, Durrell's handing out printouts about our case in court on Wednesday. So please make sure you have a couple and give it to those who are not here today and try to be there on Wednesday.
Canada, our home and native land. Thank you. True patriot in all our sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God lead our lands, glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Freedom! All right, freedom, everybody. All right, I will jump off here.
Thank you very much. It was great. I think we have one more speaker. Kay, I don't know if you still want to speak or where you are. Yeah, so come on over. We're gonna go have Kay, and then we're gonna continue the rally. Please don't leave. Stay for the last group photo.
Yeah, freedom. Okay, I'm gonna get in the shade here so I can see what's going
Hey guys, I
on.
have a super huge, and I can hear my own voice,
All right, let's see if I can find some shade. Okay, let's see. Hang on a sec. Okay, so it's a little quiet here, so I can say goodbye to everybody. Okay. Okay, I think, oh, it's not that shady. Because I want to read your comments. Chalk Talk Rocks, yo yeah. And Chalk Talk just made $100 at garage sale. Really? Who's that? Oh, Carrie, really? So I've got money to go to see some freedom fight. Oh, sweet. Okay, freedom. Lynn, thank you. Carrie, what's up, my friend? Frank. Lawsuits are a great way to get the traders off our backs. We need some positive court decisions. Absolutely. Hey, Frankie. Good job, Lynn. Thank you very much. Carrie, thank you, Lynn, for sharing that. Please consider helping Clayton. He stands for all of us. Thank you, Clayton. Absolutely. Truck Yes says hello to all. We say hello to you too. Clayton does rock. This is Shelburne. Say hello to Nancy Drew. I will. Looks like it is a very nice day. What city? Shelburne, Ontario. Let's go. Yep, 519 Media. And lots of flags and strong arms. And DJ, thank you for your wave and your thumbs up and heart and Canadian flag from Cupcakes and Dennis. Okay, thanks. Okay, read all the comments. And thank you guys for joining. And I will be, I don't know where next, somewhere. Probably tomorrow doing some stuff, so watch for that. And then we just kind of carry on. And definitely September 16th. Please, if you can be there, please be in Ottawa. I know it's a lot to ask, but those of us that are close by, you know, Toronto, Mississauga, Kingston, whatever, that are close by Ottawa, those in Montreal, etc. Let's get into Ottawa and represent the rest of Canada. You know, we've got people way out in Vancouver Island and way out in Newfoundland and Labrador that can't possibly get to Ottawa, but we can. So let's represent and get those signs up there. I'll be there, and I know there's going to be a few others, okay? So love you all. Thank you very, very much. And thanks for joining me and everybody else here in Shelburne. Shelburne's a great. And I'm sure a lot of you know the story of Shelburne, and I won't get into it right now. But Shelburne's been holding this line since the truck convoy left Ottawa. So thank you, Jeremy, and everyone else, Lindsay, and everybody that has held this line here in Shelburne. Love you. Freedom.